We start a new series today that I'm calling 633 Living, based on Matthew 6:33, which says, seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. We'll be dealing with 7 topics: Christ's commitment to us, our commitment to Christ, and that in a way is kind of the easy part. And then we're going to get into the hard part, which is commitment to his word, commitment to his church, to one another, to the people in the room, commitment to prayer, commitment to worship, and commitment to his mission. I'd encourage you to start by memorizing this verse together, encouraging your people to memorize this verse. Nothing will drive steel into your bones, spiritually speaking, like memorizing God's word. And I want to encourage you to memorize this verse over the next 6 weeks or so together, Matthew 6:33. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. I think I told you I use the Bible memory app, and one of the things I like about it, it'll drop out every other word. So we're going to start in that process, but seek, what's that next word? First, his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. And you might use that as a tool to teach your people this word, and I would encourage you to go over that every week. But this week we'll look at the topic, God is totally committed to you. God is totally committed to you. Now, there are 2 kinds of Bible studies. The first is an expository Bible study, which we normally do. That is to go through one group of text, a chapter or 10 verses or so typically, and look for the main ideas of that verse. But another equally valid form of Bible study is a topical Bible study, where we ask the question, in this case we ask the question, God is committed to you, and we ask the broad question, what does the Bible speak about that? And normally I'm going to stay with the text, that more or less the text that's assigned to us, but we're going to get pretty far outside that text today and look at that text briefly, but then quite a number of texts based on the question, what has God said to us? Now, what we don't want to do is just look at the Bible kind of randomly. You know, there's this old story about the guy who opened up the Bible and asked God to lead him to a particular verse, and he ran across this verse, Matthew 27:5. So Judas threw the money into the temple and left. Then he went away and hanged himself. Boy, that guy thought that's kind of a strange verse. So he's opened his Bible again, and he ran across this verse. Jesus told him, go and do likewise. Go and do likewise. And he said, boy, that's really strange. Let me just try one more time here. So he opened to another random verse, and he came across this verse. Jesus told him, what you are about to do quickly. And that is the problem with a random approach to studying the Bible. We're not studying the Bible randomly. We're asking the question, and you're going to use a concordance, and you're going to use your own background in Bible knowledge and ask the question, what else does the Bible have to say about God's commitment to you? We'll be looking over the next 7 weeks about our commitment to God. But before we look at our commitment to God, let's look at God's commitment to us. And of course, the key verse from this week's passage is Romans 5:8. God demonstrates his own love for us. And how does he demonstrate his own love for us? Well, there's quite a number of ways, but one way we look at here is that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. And he utterly showed his love for us, his commitment to us, by sending his son to die on the cross for us. But I'd like for us to look at what are some other ways that God has shown his commitment to us. You might ask that in the form of a question. And here are some ideas that came to my mind. One way he shows his commitment to us is through creation. Genesis 1:1, of course, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And it begs the question, why did God make this world with such breathtaking beauty? When I spoke on this, it's actually a couple of weeks ago now, but I was on my way up to see my parents and decided to take the long way, and that is through the area just north of Durango, Colorado. And I went and did this hike called Ice Lake. I'll show you a few pictures I took while I was up there, and it's just incredible, breathtaking beauty. And it begs the question, why did God create this world as such a beautiful place? And you might ask your people, what are some of the most breathtaking places you have ever been to in your life? The most breathtaking places you have ever been to? And John Ortberg has a riff on this. He talks about the fact that Job asked a bunch of questions. God asked him a bunch of questions that Job can't answer. Why does God do this? At first glance, it